Namo Namas Sarvebhyah. Greetings to all of you. Sanskrita Bhasha Shikshane Bhavatam Hardam Swagatam. A heartfelt welcome to you all for Sanskrit learning. We will continue with the building blocks of the Sanskrit language. Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupani Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. So now I'm going to review what we did in the last class. So by now you all must know that a name form is formed by adding a nominal suffix to the nominal stem. Adding suffixes to the nominal stem to form words gives the freedom to put words in any order in a sentence without any changes to the meaning. There are 24 nominal suffixes by 8 cases and 3 numbers. These 24 nominal suffixes are added to a nominal stem to form 24 words. A nominal stem is classified according to gender, masculine, feminine, or neuter, and an ending letter, which could be a vowel or a consonant. So these are your 24 nominal suffixes, and they are classified according to the vachanam, ekavachanam, singular, dvivachanam, dual, and bahuvachanam, plural, and 8 vibhaktis. So these nominal suffixes are added to any nominal stem. For example, Rama is an ending masculine nominal stem. So if you add these 24 suffixes to Rama, you get 24 word forms. And this is called a declension table. So all ending masculine nominal stem will decline like Rama. So on this slide, I give declensions of a ending masculine nominal stem, which is Rama, ending feminine nominal stem, which is Sita, and ending neuter nominal stem, which is Vana. So Vana has Vanam, Vane, Vanani. So in both cases, first and second cases, it is the same. The rest of it, from 3 to 7, it declines like the Rama nominal stem. And the Sambodhanam is different, Vane, Vana, Vane, Vanani. This is the declension of a E ending, Muni, a masculine nominal stem, and Guru, a U ending masculine nominal stem. So like these are the declensions, few of the declensions where the ending letter is a vowel. You could also have a nominal stem which ends in a consonant. For example, Bhagavat. This is a ta ending masculine nominal stem. And the Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam, or the subject, is Bhagavan. Brahman is a na ending masculine stem. And it's the Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam is Brahma. Atman is a na ending, and Atma is the subject here. So for starters, I would like you to at least kind of remember or recognize the first 2 cases, because when we do Sandhi rules, these would be, it would be helpful if you remember them. So now I'm going to discuss briefly the use of these 8 cases. When are they used? So for example, the boy goes. So the boy is the subject. It is in Prathama Vibhakti, case 1, or the nominative case. Balaha gacchati. So Balaha is the subject here. He goes to the boy. So to the boy will be in the Dutiya Vibhakti accusative case. So the form to the boy is Balam. Saha is a pronoun meaning he. Saha Balam Gachati. He goes to the boy. He goes with the boy. So now he goes is easy. It will be Saha Gachati. In order to figure out what the Sanskrit would be with a boy, with is a preposition used in the Tritiya Vibhakti or case 3 instrumental. So with a boy, the form would be Balena. All these sentences are in ekavachanam singular, like one boy. It could be also two boys or many boys, right? So here I'm just giving example for the ekavachanam singular case. So balena is a instrumental form in ekavachanam. The mother cooks food for the boy. So the mother cooks is mata bhojanam pachati. Pach dhatu means to cook. Now for the boy, the preposition is for, so it will be chaturthi vibhakti, case 4 dative, and the form would be balaya. So mata balaya bhojanam pachati. The mother cooks food for the boy. The monkey snatches the bread from the boy. So from is a Panchami Vibhakti preposition. So it is the Panchami Vibhakti case 5 ablative. So from the boy would be balat. Vanaraha balat rotikam grahanati. Grahanati means snatches. And rotika is the bread, and this is in Dutiya Vibhakti Ekavachana. You notice here how ha and ara are written. This is a conjunct consonant. Boy's mother goes. So mother goes is easy. Mata gachati. So mother of the boy. So of would be in Shashti Vibhakti, 6th case, genitive. And the form would be balasya. Balasya mata gachati. Boy's mother goes. The mother believes in the boy. In the boy. So this will be Saptami Vibhakti Ekavachanam locative. Mata bale vishvasati. Vishvasati means is a verb which means believes in. And now when you want to address the boy, you say, hey bala, oh boy. So this is a sambodhanam or case 8, also called vocative case. So a sentence can have nouns, pronouns, adjectives, indeclinables. These are the words which do not change across gender or number, and verbs. There must be at least one verb either written or implied in the sentence. All other words are connected to the verb either directly or indirectly. So by relating each word, asking questions to the verb, the meaning of the sentence is easily understood. So let us take this sentence. Saha pratidinam tasya mitrena saha grahe sundaram pustakam pathati. So the words highlighted in blue are the pronouns. Saha meaning he, tasya meaning his. The words highlighted in yellow are the indeclinables. Pratidinam, every day. Saha, with. And in orange are the nouns. Mitrena, with a friend. Grahe, in the house. Pustakam, book. And the one in purple or bluish gray kind of a thing is adjective. Sundaram, good. So now pathati is the verb. So pathati means reads. So the first question naturally you will ask, who reads? He. Saha pathati. He reads. What does he read? The answer will be the object, book. Pustakam. So pustakam is in dutiya vibhaktihi ekavachanam, or case 2 accusative singular. It could be 2 books or many books. In here it is a singular 1 book. So saha pustakam pathati. He reads a book. Now, what kind of a book he reads? A good book. So sundaram. So sundaram is the adjective. So sundaram, which is an adjective, is also in dutiya vibhaktihi ekavachanam, like pustakam. Case 2 accusative singular. When does he read? Every day. Pratidinam. So pratidinam is an indeclinable. So saha pratidinam sundaram pustakam pathati. He every day reads a good book. Where does he read? In the house. Grahe. So grahe is in saptami vibhaktihi ekavachanam. Case 7 locative singular. With whom does he read? With a friend. Mitrena. So mitrena is in tritiya vibhaktihi ekavachanam. Case 3 instrumental singular. Whose friend? His friend. Tasya. So tasya will be, it is the relationship with the mitra. So tasya is in shashti vibhaktihi ekavachanam, or case 3 genitive singular. So in this sentence, the English translation is, he every day reads a good book in the house with his friend. So saha is your subject. So it is prathama vibhakti ekavachanam. Tasya is his. So this is shashti vibhakti ekavachanam. Mitrena is with the friend. So it is tritiya vibhakti ekavachanam. Grahe, in the house. Saptami vibhaktihi ekavachanam. Sundaram pustakam, they are in dutiya vibhaktihi ekavachanam. Now we are going to do analysis of a very famous verse from Bhagavad Gita. This is verse number 63 from chapter 2. And this illustrates the use of Panchami Vibhaktihi, where the preposition is from. Krodhat bhavati sammoha, sammohat smriti vibhramaha, smriti bhramshat buddhinashaha, buddhinashat pranashyati. So let's do this sandhi vichedha. Krodhat bhavati. This is composed of 2 words. Krodhat bhavati. Sammoha. There is no sandhi or anything. I'm just breaking it here. Sammohat smriti vibhramaha. This word is, there is a sandhi here. Smriti bhramshat buddhinashaha. There is again a sandhi here. This is a visarga sandhi. This visarga becomes O. We'll talk this about in detail when we talk about sandhi rules. Buddhinashat pranashyati. So here, krodhat ends with a consonant ta. And it is followed by a soft consonant bha. So this ta becomes a da. This is a conjunct, da. Here, smriti bhramshat, again this ta is followed by a soft consonant ba, so it becomes a da. Here this word sammoha ends with ta, but it is followed by a s, which is a sibilant and a hard consonant. Similarly here, t is followed by a p, which is a hard consonant. So here, no sandhi happens. So here, so it depends what kind of a consonant this consonant is following, and then the sandhi will apply. So now let us look at the word krodhat. So krodhat, the nominal stem is krodha. It is a masculine nominal stem and it ends in the vowel a. So it will decline like the Rama Pratipadikam. So Ramat, krodhat, from anger. Like, so this is in Panchami Vibhakti Ekavachanam. Bhavati is the verb is bhu, which means to become, or here it means comes. Sammoha means delusion, and the Pratipadikam is sammoha, which is a masculine Pratipadikam ending in a. So krodhat, bhavat, and this is in Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam, like Rama. So krodhat, bhavati, sammoha. From anger comes delusion. Now, similarly, sammohat. This is again in Panchami Vibhakti, from delusion. Smriti vibhramaha. This is a compound word made of two words, smriti and vibhramaha. Smriti means memory and vibhramaha means loss. So the Pratipadikam is a masculine Pratipadikam, smriti vibhrama, and it is in Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam. So loss of memory. Sammohat smriti vibhramaha. From delusion comes the loss of memory. The verb comes is implied here. Like, you know, here it is not, but it is implied here. Smriti Bhramshat. Again, this is in Panchami Vibhakti. From the loss of memory. Buddhinashah. This is again a compound word. Buddhi and Nasha. Buddhi means memory or intelligence, and the Nasha means like not destruction of the buddhi. So incapacitation of the mind. So this is again in Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam. Smriti Bhramshat Buddhinashah. Because of the loss of memory, the mind becomes incapacitated. Buddhinashat. Now here, Buddhinashat here is the again Panchami Vibhakti Ekavachanam. From the incapacitation of the mind. Pranashyati is a verb, means is destroyed. So Buddhinashat Pranashyati means when the mind is incapacitated, the person is destroyed. So this completes the brief introduction of the first block of the Sanskrit language, which is the name forms or the nouns, pronouns, and so on. So now we are going to move to the verb forms or kriyapadas or the words. Verb forms. So the dhatuhu or a root is the original form of the verb. The dhatuhu is the basic element and it indicates action. It is often represented by the symbol like a square root sign before it. In some texts you will find it, in some texts you will not find it. I use it to differentiate between a name form and a verb form. The 2200 roots as defined by Panini are compiled in a book called Dhatu Patha. A dhatu can either start or end with a vowel or a consonant. For example, dhatu as, it starts with a vowel, and as means to exist. So the verb forms, you have all seen them. Asti, is. Asi, you are. Asmi, I am. These are all ekavachanam form. As in the name forms, here also you have dvivachanam and bahuvachanam, which we will see in just a moment. Bhu, the dhatu bhu ends with a vowel u, and by some sandhi rules, this becomes bhava. So bhu means to become, and the verb forms are bhavati. He becomes, or it could be she becomes, or it becomes. So verb forms are the same in all the three genders, depending upon the sentence, whether it is the subject is masculine, feminine, or neuter. Bhavasi, you become. Bhavami, I become. Then the next one, dhatu is buddh. Here, the vowel is here. And again, by some rules, this bu becomes bo. So bodhati. Buddh means to know. So bodhati will be he, she, or it knows. Bodhasi, you know. Bodhami, I know. Pat, which we have seen this dhatu, verb forms will be pathati, he, she, or it reads. Pathasi, I read. Pathami, pathasi, you read. Pathami, I read. So the verb forms are the same in the three genders. They are gender independent. Now, there are also many irregular roots in Sanskrit language. Few examples are gum. Gum becomes gach, as we have seen, which means to go. Gachati, he, she, or it goes. Gachasi, you go. Gachami, I go. The dhatu pa becomes pib, to drink. Pibati, he, she, it drinks. Stha becomes tishtha, which means to stay. Tishtati, he, she, it stays. Now, a prefix which is called a upsargaha is added to the beginning of a root. It changes the meaning. For example, if you add a to the dhatu gam, agachati means comes. Gachati means to go. Gachati means to go, goes, and agachati means comes. If you add the prefix anu, then anugachati means goes after. So now coming back to the root or a dhatu, there are three types of dhatus. We will just see in a moment. And a dhatu belongs to any of the 10 groups. A group is called a gana. And
can I ask something, or should I wait till the end? Anugachati.
Could you just wait till the end?
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So a root belongs to one of the 10 groups, and each group is a group affix. The reason for doing this is that dhatus in a particular group behave in the same manner. So a root is of 3 types, and it belongs to one of the 10 groups, and these groups are called ganaha. And each group has its own affix. I have used the word affix, it could be suffix also. And the reason for doing this is that the dhatus in a particular group behave in the same way. Okay. So the type of roots. So there are 3 types of roots. They are called parasmai padi dhatuhu, denoted by the letter uppercase P, atmane padi dhatuhu by A, and ubhay padi dhatu by U. So which are both parasmai padi and atmane padi. So what does these dhatu means? This is an important slide. I will go over it a couple of times because this is all very new stuff. So parasmai means for others. Atmane means for oneself. and ubhaya means both. So every action in theory is potentially either self-directed or other-directed. Means that actions that are done for the benefit of others are described using parasmaipadi roots. Actions done for one's own benefit are described using atmanepadi roots. And actions done that can be done for others or for oneself are described using ubhayapadi roots. This will be more clear in the next slide when I give you examples. So let me go over this one more time. There are 3 types of root. Parasmaipadi dhatuhu. Parasmai means for others. So if an action is done for the benefit of others, then parasmaipadi dhatus are used. Atmanepadi dhatu. Atmane means for one own self. So if the result of the action is benefited to one own self, then these dhatus will be used. And ubhayapadi dhatu, which are both parasmaipadi and atmanepadi, are done for actions that can be done for others or for oneself, are described using ubhayapadi roots. So in many cases, this classification is clear, but not so clear in other cases. So for example, let us take the dhatu nam. Nam means to bow down. Balah devam namati. The boy bows down to God. So Bala is the boy, Devam God, and Namati means bows, right? So one can only bow down only to others, not to oneself. So here the action is done for others. So nam is then a parasmai padi dhatu. So nam is a parasmai padi dhatu. And the verb form is namati, right? Now, let's look at the dhatu she. She means to sleep. Balah shete. The boy is sleeping. So if someone sleeps, he alone gets the benefit. So this is a atmanepadi dhatu. She is an atmanepadi dhatu. Now here, if the atmanepada verb form is shete, it is not shiti like namati. So if the dhatu is parasmaipadi, then the verb form will be different than when it is an atmanepadi dhatu. So here the verb form is shete. Balah shete. The boy is sleeping. Now let us look at the dhatu vap. Vap means to sow. Now the farmer may be sowing seeds for his own field, right? So this is an action done for one own self. So the root will be the atmanepadi root. So krishakaha is the farmer. Bijani. Bija is the seed. This is the plural form. So vanam vane vanani. Bijam bije bijani. Vapate. This is an atmanepada form like shete. So krishakaha bijani vapate. Or the farmer sows seed for somebody else for whom he works. So now the action is performed for the benefit of others. So now it will be a parasmaipadi verb form, vapati. So krishikaha bijani vapati. So the meaning is the same, like krishikaha bijani vapate and krishikaha bijani vapati, but depending on the context of the sentence, you will use either an atmane pada form vapate or a parasmai pada form vapati. So the root vap is classified as a ubhayapadi dhatu. Another example for an ubhayapadi dhatu is dhatu kra, which means to do. So if you do an action is performed for the benefit of others, then the form will be a parasmai pada form, karoti. And if it is done for one own self, then it will be kurute. This all will be clear in as we go into more slides. Now let's take the dhatu gam, which means to go. It is classified as a parasmai padi dhatu, gachati, gachasi, gachami, and so on. But if one could ask the question if one goes for oneself or the others. So it has a potential to be a ubhayapadi dhatu, but it is used as a parasmai padi dhatu. So as I said before, in many cases, this classification is clear, but not so clear in other cases. Any questions? Like, this is a very new stuff. I will break for a second. Somebody had a question earlier.
I forgot the question. It was anu. I wanted to know what the prefix anu meant.
Anu means it is just, oh, here. Let me just go. It is just like a prefix, like it has no meaning. But if you add anu, then it means after, goes after, like anudhavati, it will be follows.
Okay.
That's all. Okay. So remember in this slide here, I said the root is of three types. So we discussed this, like the root could be a parasmai padi dhatu, an atmane padi dhatu, or an ubhay padi dhatu. Now we will see what these 10 groups are. So a root could belong to any of these 10 groups. So these are root belongs to any of the 10 groups, and this group is called a ganaha. And the reason to do this, that dhatus in a particular group will behave in the same manner. So this makes it very easy. So the 10 ganas, for example, the first gana is called a bhavadi ganaha. And the first dhatu of that gana is bhu. So these groups are named by the first root in that group. So this is the root bhu, which means to become. And bhavadi is because of a sandhi between bhu plus adi. Adi means etc. So the dhatu bhu plus others. So bhavadi. So first gana is called bhavadi, and it has about half of the total roots. Like the total roots are around 2,200. So it has about 1,000 roots. So there are, lots of roots in this gana. And all of these roots will behave in the same manner, as we will see later. And the gana affix is a. The second gana is called adadi gana, and the first root of this group is ad, which means to eat, and there are 72 roots in this group, and there is no affix here. So on, like you have these 10, this thing. For a beginner's class, or one studies the first gana, fourth gana, sixth, and 10th. And if you see in the first group, there are about 1,000 roots, in fourth, 140 roots, in sixth, 157, and in 10th, 440. So if one studies these 4 ganas, you've kind of covered almost all the roots. So, okay, as in any other language, Sanskrit also has tenses and moods, and they are called lakaraha. So lat lakaraha is the present tense. Gachati, meaning he goes or he is going. Then there are three kinds of past tenses with slight differences. So we are only going to study the simple past tense, which is called lang lakaraha. So gachati verb form means he goes or he is going. Agachat means he went. Remember in Gita, Arjunaha uvacha. So uvacha is in lit lakaraha, which in these classes we're not going to study in detail. Then there are two kinds of future tenses. So this is the future tense we are going to study. Not study, but this is the one which is most commonly used. This one, lut, is rarely seen, and rit is gamishyati. So gachat is present, he goes, he is going. Agachat past, and gamishyati will he will go. And then we'll study these two moods. Lot lakara, which is called an imperative mood, which means a command, a wish. So like gachatu means, the verb form gachatu means let him go. You all know that in the Swasti Patha we have sarve bhavantu sukhinah. So bhavantu is in imperative mood. May all be happy. Then you have vidhilinga lakara, which is called potential mood. Gachet, he should go. So we are going to study lat lakara, lang lakara, lot, and vidhiling. In this introduction, I'm just going to concentrate on the present tense. Once you understand the formation in the present tense, the lang lakara, lot, and vidhiling. Could somebody unmute? There is a little bit noise in the background. Yeah, once you understand the formation in the present tense, these are all mere extensions and more roots. Okay, so now what are these verb suffixes? Like you had nominal suffixes, remember you had 24 nominal suffixes. So what are these verb suffixes? So verb suffixes are classified according to person, and they are gender independent. So they are prathama purushaha. In English, it is called third person. One has to note that prathama usually means first, but it is called third person. So this is a little bit confusing. So third person meaning someone else is doing the action. Like he, she, it goes, they go, and also somebody else is doing the action. Then you have madhyama purushaha, second person, meaning you are doing the action. You go, you sit, you eat, and so on. Uttama purushaha, meaning first person, meaning I am doing the action. I eat, I sleep, I drink, and so on. Then as with the name forms, they are also grouped according to number: singular, dual, and plural. Ekavachanam, dvivachanam, and bahuvachanam. So thus there are, by person and number, 3 times 3, 9 verb suffixes for parasmai dhatuhu, and 9 suffixes for the atmanepadi dhatuhu. So there are total of 18 suffixes. So the verb suffixes are grouped according to the person, which are 3 in number: prathama purushaha, third person, meaning somebody else is doing the action; madhyama purushaha, second person, meaning you are doing the action; and uttama purushaha, in English it is first person, meaning I am doing the action, and the number singular, dual, and plural. So depending upon the parasmaipada, you have 9 suffixes for if the dhatu is a parasmaipadi dhatu, and 9 suffixes if you have an atmanepadi dhatu. So a total of 18 verbal suffixes. So these verbal suffixes are summarized in this table. The blue one are the parasmaipada suffixes. So 3 numbers and 3 persons. They are tip, that. Don't worry, they will simplify. So I'm just reading them. You don't have to know them, like So tip tas ji, sip thas tha, mip was mas. The one in green are the atmanepada suffixes. So here the suffixes starts with a ti and ends with a ng. So that's why ting. So that's why these verbal suffixes are called ting suffixes. Remember, as in sup suffixes start with a su and ends with a pa. Similarly, the verbal suffixes starts with ti and end with n. Ting. So in order to form verb forms, we need to know 2 things. What type of the root it is, whether it is a parasmaipadi dhatu or an atmanepadi or an ubhayapadi, and which group the root belongs to and the group affix. For example, the dhatu pat, which means to read, it is a parasmaipadi dhatu, and it belongs to the first group or the first gana, which is called a bhavadi gana, and the affix is a. So in dictionaries, it is often the pat dhatu is written as pat, and in parentheses you have 1p. So 1 means which group it belongs, and p means the type of the dhatu it is. So how are the verb forms are formed? They are very similar and a little bit different than how the name forms are formed. We will see the similarities and the differences. So in order to form a verb form, you take a dhatu, right, a root, and you have to know whether it is a parasmaipadi dhatu, an atmanepadi dhatu, or a ubhayapadi dhatu. And depending on the type of the root, you will add those verbal suffixes. So if it is the parasmaipadi dhatu, you will add the parasmaipadi suffixes. Then you will add these suffixes. If it is an atmanepadi, you will add the atmanepadi dhatu suffixes, right? And then you also add a group affix to the dhatu. And then the resulting word will be a verb form. So now what we did in a name form. In the name form, we took the nominal stem, add the nominal suffix, and we got a name form. Like Ram plus Su gave us Rama. Now here, in the nominal stem, you needed to know 2 things, right? You needed to know the gender, and you needed to know what kind of a letter the nominal stem ended. Here you have to know the type, whether, what kind of a dhatu it is. Here the nominal suffixes were the same, like the 24 nominal suffixes were the same. They didn't depend upon the gender on the ending letter. Here, the verbal suffixes will depend what kind of the dhatu is. If it is a parasmaipadi dhatu, then it will be parasmaipada suffixes. And if it is an atmanepadi dhatu, it will be an atmanepada suffixes. And an additional thing from the name form is this addition of a group affix. So now, since the root pat is a parasmai dhatuhu and it belongs to the first ganaha, we add the guna affix and the parasmai pada verbal suffixes to the root pat to get the 9 forms. So you take the dhatu pat, you add the group affix a, and you add the suffixes of the parasmai pada, tip, tas, ji, and so on. So this is your flow chart. Now, the good news is that in the present tense, these suffixes simplify. So in the present tense, lat lakara, the parasmai pada verbal suffixes simplify to ti, tah, anti, si, tah, tha, mi, vah, mah. So you add these suffixes to pat plus a, and you get the 9 verbal forms. Let me go through this slide one more. This is a very important slide. So the root pat is a parasmai padi dhatu. It belongs to the first ganaha. So we add the ganaha affix to the dhatu pat. Now, since pat is a parasmai padi dhatu, we will add the parasmai pada suffixes, which are these. In the present tense, these suffixes simplify to these. So these are a simplified version of these suffixes. Ti, tah, anti, si, tah, tha, mi, vah, ma. So now we will see what kind of verbal forms we get when we add these suffixes to patha and add the group affix. So here this is the present tense. Now, if it was a past or a future or a lod lakara, these things will be different. Let's not worry about this. Just let us concentrate on the present tense. So patha plus a. Now, suppose you want to get the third person singular verb form. So you will add a ti to it. So patha plus a plus ti. So tha is a consonant followed by a vowel. So tha plus a becomes tha. So patha plus a plus ti becomes pathati. So the third person singular form will be pathati. Pathati means he, she, or it reads. It is a ekavachanam, third person, prathama purusha. Now, suppose you want to find the form third person dual. So you will add the suffix tah. So patha plus a plus tah means pathatah. So this will be pathatah. They read. It could be female or a masculine, feminine, or neuter. They read. Now, if you want to form a third person plural, you will add anti to it. So patha plus a plus anti. Now, if you do this, patha plus a plus anti, what will happen? Here you see a and a. So there should be a vowel sandhi. So this should have become a. So it should be pathanti. So here a grammar rules comes into play. And the grammar rule says that we drop this a. So instead of pathanti, it is only pathanti. So there are only 2 grammar rules in this formation. So patha plus a plus anti is pathanti. And pathanti means they read, means either male, female, or neuter. This is all gender independent. Now, suppose you want to form third person singular. So patha plus a plus si, pathasi, you read. Patha plus a plus tha, pathatah, you too read. Patha plus a plus tha, pathata, you all read. Now, when you come to the third person, first person, uttama purusha, there is another rule which is kicking in. So now you have patha plus a plus me. So according to this, it should be pathami, right? Like pathati, pathasi. So it should be pathami, but no, it is pathami. The rule says that this becomes dirgha. So in the Uttama Purusha, the first person, these are all elongated. So it will be pathami, pathavaha, pathamaha. So pathami means I read. Pathavaha, we too read. Pathamaha, we all read. So grammar rules in formation of the verb forms are much simpler than in the formation of the name forms. So this table is called a conjugation table of the dhatu pat. 1p means belonging to group or gana 1. A parasmai padi dhatu in the present tense, lat lakara. So the verb forms are pathati, pathataha, pathanti, pathasi, pathataha, pathat, pathami, pathavaha, pathamaha. I will read it one more because this form you should know and remember. Pathati, pathataha, pathanti, pathasi, pathataha, pathat, pathami, pathavaha, pathamaha. The good news is that all parasmai dhatus in the first gana will conjugate like the dhatu patha. And there are approximately, I think, 600 dhatus, parasmai dhatus. I don't remember the exact number in the first gana. So if you know the conjugation of patha, you know the verb forms of all those 600 or 500 verbs of dhatus. For example, pat, it is the group 1, parasmai pada, to fall, and it conjugates exactly like the patha dhatu. Patati, patataha, patanti, patasi, patataha, patat, patami, patavaha, patamaha. Similarly, the dhatu khad, which is to eat, khadati, khadataha, khadanti, khadasi, khadataha, khadat, khadami, khadavaha, khadamaha. The dhatu dhav, which is to run, again it will conjugate like pat dhatu. Dhavati, dhavataha, dhavanti, dhavasi, dhavatha, dhavat, dhavami, dhavavaha, dhavamaha. So now the last slide here. The verb must agree with the subject in number. This is very, very important. So for example, in the sentence, the boy goes. The boy is a singular, is ekvachana. So the verb has to be singular. And so this will be in the third person singular. Balaha gachati. 2 boys goes. Here the subject is dual. So the verb has to be dual. Gachataha. Balau means 2 boys. Balaha balau, balaha. Ramaha ramau, ramaha. So balau gachataha. 2 boys go. Boys go. Boys are in plural. So the verb has to be also plural. Balaha gachanti. So now balau gachati is wrong because balau is dual, but gachati is singular. So dual and singular, you cannot do this. So this should be balau gachata. Similarly, balau gachanti is wrong because the subject is dual and the verb is plural. So this is wrong. Balaha gachanti is also wrong because the subject is singular, balaha, and the verb is plural, so it is wrong. It should be balaha gachati. So finally, we'll do a sentence, then figure out the meaning using a verb form. So the sentence is, Pratidinam swadishtham bhojanam grahe ramasya mitrena saha pachamah. So the verb form is pachamah. So the dhatu is pach. 1p means pach means to cook. So it is belonging to the first group. It is a parasmai dhatu. Pachamah. Pachama is a uttamah purusha bahuvachana. So pachamah itself means we cook. You don't need the subject here. The subject is implied here. We cook. So when you are doing the analysis of this sentence, you do not ask who cooks, who cook, who. So because pachama itself means we cook. All right. So pachamaha is uttama purushaha bahuvachanam. First person plural, meaning we cook. When do we cook? Pratidinam, every day. What do we cook? Swadishtham bhojanam. This is an adjective. Delicious food. Where do we cook? Grahe, in the house. With whom do we cook? Mitrena, with a friend. Whose friend? Ramasya, of Rama. So in the sentence here in English will mean every day we cook delicious food with Rama's friend in the house. So in this sentence, you have, many vibhaktis and a verb form. So this is an indeclinable pratidinam. Swadishtham bhojanam is in dutiya vibhakti ekavachanam. Grahe saptami vibhakti ekavachanam. Shashti vibhakti ekavachanam. Mitrena tritiya vibhakti ekavachanam. And the verb form is uttama purushaha bahuvachanam. So this finishes the class. We will continue with the Kriya Padas in the next class. So any questions now? Let me see, is anybody written in chat? No questions in chat.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yes.
In lakars, generally we use 5 lakar, which are regularly used in Sanskrit.
Beg your
So,
pardon, I
like-
couldn't not clear. Could you just
Hello, ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, ma'am, in lakars, generally we use 5 lakars only.
Oh, okay. Let me go to
And-
my slide. Lakaras. Yeah. Yeah, we use a lat, lang, rit, lot, and vidhiling.
Vidhiling,
Yeah,
these
I'm
three-
not going to, I'm just going to do lat, lang, because in future there are, couple of more rules come in. So
Okay.
I will just do the present, the past, and these two moods. These are
Okay.
more often used. Yeah, no,
Okay.
future is also used, but I will not discuss that in detail.
Okay, ma'am. But then can you please give the overview of the future trends so that
I
we
will,
can
not right
get
now.
the-
When we go into
Ah.
in the Kriya Padams, then I will.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
I'm going to, review all this material in the next, like there are a lot of new things. So don't worry, we will again repeat it.
Ma'am, I just
Chat, there is one. On homework. Is Balena derived from Ra? Yeah, this is a very good question. See, when you look at the declension of Rama, it is Ramena, right? Ara. But if you look Bala, it is Balena. And there is a reason for it. And it is a little complicated. So for now, it is bale. It is not balena. That is wrong. It is balena. Na. But in Rama, it is ana. Ramena. So
There's a rule if it's
there is
followed by rari.
there is a very elaborate rule,
Yeah,
and which
yeah.
I don't want to go right now, but
It's
there
in
is
your
a
book.
rule.
It's in your book. It's given. In
Yeah,
your,
it is
yeah.
in the book, and it is an
It's-
elaborate rule
Yeah.
for for starters. Like if the Pratipadikam has a ra in it, right?
Mhm.
Somewhere
Yeah.
a ra in it, then it
Followed by a
becomes
ma.
ana.
And
And
followed
if
by
it
a ma.
doesn't have a ra in it, then it becomes like that is a very
Becomes
very
rana.
simplified version. Then it will be balena.
Mhm.
So it is not balena, it is balena, na, nakara. And
I
here
had-
it is in Ramena, it is Ramena, right? Yeah.
I have a question on the last homework that you gave. I think it may have been a typo on the answer.
Okay, let
So
me, I think
3.4 was Thwam.
I have that. Just let me just go there. I have that. I opened homework
Was 3.
here, block 2. Yeah, so the 3 point.
So the question 3.4 was Thwam Adhyapika Asi.
Uh, uh, let me just go. Why is it not letting me?
You click on it.
It's not letting me. It's not letting me move. Oh, let me stop share and do it again. Here, okay. Which one it is?
So it's 3.4.
3 by Tvam Adhyapika Asi.
So the answer should be you are a female teacher, but the answer says you are a male teacher.
Okay,
Adhyapika.
this is sorry. This is
That
a
typo.
typo. This
Yeah.
is a typo. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll correct that. This is a typo.
Are there, I've not seen any a ending masculine declensions.
They are, but
Okay.
this is just a few I have given. There are few, but there are.
Okay.
Yeah. This is just like I just give e and u, but you know when we discuss the naam padas, you will see many more vowel ending.
Okay.
Yeah. But the idea is that it is just an extension. The basic construction remains the same. The forms will change, but you know the formulation remains exactly the same.
So
So basically
it still goes like
those
Ramaha, Ramau, Ramaha, it will change, right? It will not be the same.
So no, let's suppose it is an a ending. You know, then those forms will change.
There's a
Shabdot
lot of
will be
static
if
coming
it-
from somebody's, I think from this, I don't know the name of the person asking the question. There's a lot of static coming from.
Yeah, that's when there's some this thing coming in.
I think everybody needs to mute, especially this person who is on the too much static.
So
I
Shishir,
think he's from India. Maybe there's some internet connection also. Okay, any more questions? Or
happy Thanksgiving to all.
happy Thanksgiving.
So
All
should we do the homework for this week? You're going to repeat the class
Yeah,
next
it's a
week.
very short homework. So if
Okay.
you want to, yeah.
I like the length of the homework of the last class.
Yeah, I have reduced this. So yeah.
Thank you.
How long did it take you, Rani? 1 hour, half an hour?
Yeah, took about an hour. So I reviewed the class, took me about 45 minutes to review, and then about an hour to do the homework, less than an hour.
Okay, good. All right. Good night, everybody.
Thank you. Good night.
Bye.
Good night. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.